we have our own agendas, we miss the miracles of God. And that sounds really simple, okay? But I'll tell you what happened with Israel at that time and how they missed the miracles of God. And then I'll explain how we can miss the miracles of God. If we read in verses 30 and 31, he tells them to go into the village opposite of them. Okay, so we read through this already, right? So what he did was he called two of his disciples. He said, go into the village opposite of you. So the reason he did this, okay, was because if he just passed by, if he passed by and saw the donkey and he said, we passed by this place, there's a donkey, go get the donkey, wouldn't be nothing special. But he said to go someplace opposite of that. And the funny thing is that he said, when you loose this colt, if the owner said something, you tell him the Lord has need of it. Okay, so the first miracle is that he told him to go someplace where it wasn't there and never see, and there was a donkey like he said it was. And the second miracle is he said, loose it and bring it to me. And they took it unhindered. And that doesn't really sound like much, yeah, but if I was to put this in our times term, okay, it goes like this. Imagine you're getting ready for church. And say you get one brand new Toyota 4Runner, maybe gray, chocolate gray, with leather interior. And you're on your way to church, because everybody knows that when you're on your way to church, you're not grouchy. Everybody's just praising the Lord, right? And you're getting ready to church, you're smiling, and in a cheerful mood. So you're getting ready to go to church, you get your Bible in your hand, you're dragging your kid along to get to your car, and somebody jumps into your brand new 4Runner, which you never really drove before, and starts the car. And your answer, of course, would be, where though you goeth with my 4Runner? I mean, my answer would be like, where are you going with my car? With already 911 dialed and, you text like 4 cousins and your uncle. Right? Where are you going with my car? And he would respond, the Lord has need of it. Then you would say, go thou way in peace. I mean, that wouldn't happen, because, you're thinking about your brand new car, and he's going to take your brand new car, and you're going to say, okay, unhindered, you can go. If it was me, I would say, well, you know what? You better tell the Lord he better get over here and talk to me himself, because you ain't going nowhere with my colt. And it was a miracle that they left, and they left unhindered. And he also said that it was a colt that no one has ever sat upon. Now, if you guys get time, you talk to Brother Dion, because he's got some colts and, some unbroken horses, and any of you know that if you ever sat on an unbroken animal, you would not ride into Jerusalem peacefully. And if you guys ever, if you ever been to like the Catholic Church or you see old art, there's a picture, a really, really nice picture of Jesus on a donkey with the Shekinah glory behind him, and he's got like this peace sign, and he's just kind of strolling in to Jerusalem, as people wave their palm branches, and it's a really nice picture of something that would have happened. He went in peacefully. But realistically, if he wasn't the Lord of all creation and had that type of deity, he would ride in like the PBR. He would be holding on and he would be bucking all the way through, because this thing hasn't been broken in. And so in their own agenda with what was supposed to happen on that day, they missed out on the miracles of God that they could have seen. And if you hear me speak, you will always hear me call Jews like, these buggers, they're so knucklehead, how come they couldn't get it? Or, how come they're so stubborn, and they're stiff-necked, and all of these things. And I stopped doing that because the Lord said, and you more so. Because as we start to evaluate, and I start to compare, as I was doing this study on Palm Sunday, I started to see in the areas of my life that because I have my own agenda, I do miss out on the miracles of God. And I do this without even knowing.